Hello everyone. In the previous video, I finished the interaction system. Well, finished is a strong word um, because yet I don't know uh, with what items or with what NPCs I will interact. All I know that is that I want to make an inventory system that picks up the items from the world, and if I play and I'm inside of an item, uh, it prints out the item's name and a message to press a key to pick up the item's name. So if I press, I play montage and I send the data to uh, an inventory system. And just to show the inventory system, it's a component which is um, completely empty. The only thing I'm doing is I have the interface that I created, and uh, I give it to every component. So the event try to activate by action tag, and then I get the owner, which is the player controller. Uh, I have another interface that I return the interactable actor if it's valid, and if it's valid, then I go back to the inside the interactable actor, and I get the all the information so I can add to the inventory. So the add to inventory is just simply a print string to debug things for now. And the first thing that I'm going to do is, first of all, if you haven't followed this series, I'm trying to make some systems and prototype um, I, for a game. Um, I haven't decided yet what to make and what's the theme. Anyway, I have several things: items, interaction system, input system, spawn system. The spawn system is for now I simply press a button and the enemy dies and spawn some items, and then I can go and pick up the items. For now, I will make a data, some data structs, or I will add some variables inside the base class, item base, so I can work with the inventory. So yeah. So first of all, I have some public variables that I'm setting through uh, interfaces, and this interface is I'm getting data from the spawn system or the drop system, and I'm setting inside the item. For now, I will clean up a little bit the item base. So first of all, I will make the overlapping spheres hidden game because I don't need it anymore. The second thing, I'm going to make some categories. For example, the action tag is the interaction to inventory, and this will be a public variable. Also, the interaction tag will go to this category as well. This will be also a public variable, and that's because I want to be able to change it from the uh, child blueprint, but the variables from the spawn system, I will make it private, and I will do data from drops, and that's because these variables is somehow random variables. I mean, I'm setting through the spawn component, so the child blueprints of the base class doesn't need to know anything about that. Um, I don't want to get or set anything from the um, child blueprints. Excuse me. And I have generic info. Will I make generic information data? And I have some interfaces. This is the spawning. I'm setting all the variables here from the spawn. I don't need anything now. The interaction is I'm getting some, I'm showing some widgets, I'm passing around some texts, and the interact. So in the interact, I'm asking myself if the interactor is the player controller because the interaction system lives inside the player controller. So if it's true, then uh, I don't need the add to inventory. It was for the debugging, but I pass around the um data. For this is I go back to the player controller and then I destroy the actor. Uh, I don't know if this uh, now is correct. I will uh, uh, for simple game for simple single games. This won't cause any problem. For multiplayer, again, I don't know much about replication and server client relationships, but I believe that um, if you call this in the client side, this will be fine. But if you call it on the server side, you might break some things. So for now, I will leave it like that, and maybe I will cast to get a player controller F or a player character F. Uh, I don't know yet, but for now it's okay. And I have the inventory, which is the get the interactable actor data, and I'm passing around the generic info, the quantity, elemental tag, and the rarity tag. And this I need because uh, I'm gonna sort the inventory slots with item IDs, element tags, and rarity. So for now, what I'm going to do is go back to items, go back to data, and I will add some variables inside the data asset. And for that, I'm gonna add anything to do with static data. For example, if I place, um, if I go back and I place in the world any blueprint, I want to have it static data. I want to have a specific element tag, a specific rarity tag, maybe a specific quantity. Like if it's a gold, maybe you want to make it 500 gold. Uh, and this will be static data. You don't need to set it anywhere other than data assets. So I will make a new category and say item ID, which will be a gameplay tag, and I will make the category inventory sorting. So I will have an item ID, element tag. Actually, I will do static element tag, static rarity tag. We'll do static min quantity and static max quantity, just to have the oops uh, okay, just to have the ability to have some sort of randomness in the quantity. And for now, I think this is everything that I want just for the inventory. And I can go back to the item base and make a select node. Select. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna get the base is dropped, and this I'm setting if the items are dropped from the spawn system. So if this is true, I'm gonna use I'm gonna copy paste actually a couple of times, and if this is true, I'm gonna use this quantity from drops. I'm gonna use this element tag, and I'm gonna use this rarity tag. Okay, and if it's false, I'm gonna say get quantity, get min quantity, and get max quantity, random integer in range, and I will plug it. And this will be the quantity for now. And because I'm saying for now, because in the inventory you might have a remaining quantity, so I will come back later and maybe do another select in the select node. But for now, I will comment this and um, static quantity if b is dropped equals false. Okay, and now I can get the generic info again and say get element tag. And again, if this drop is false, which is by default, I will use the the static element tag, and I will do rarity tag. If it's false, use the static. Okay, and I will connect. And I can comment this element static element tag if b is dropped equals false. And I can comment this again and say static rarity tag if b is dropped equals false. Okay, I will delete this for now, and I think this is for now for the passing data. Actually, I can just to be a little bit more simple. I will do bb get interactable data And instead of having the generic info, I will do item ID, and this will be a gameplay tag, and I will put it above. Compile and save, and I'm gonna go back to the item base, and now I can pass the item ID, which it's a little bit easier for me at least to sort things out. So for the generic info, get item ID, and I will pass it to the return node. And I will go back to the data. I will open the data assets, and I have all this information. Now I will do some tags for items. Item dot um, size, or rather sort, and with the gameplay tags, the nice thing is that you can sort the items as much as you want. For example, if I have a sort that is from wood, I can say item dot sort dot wood dot metal dot anything I want. The static element tag, I will put the element dot fire, and the reality I will make it wood. Static main for now will be 1 and 1. And before I forget, I will give another variable of integer and say um, item max stack size to inventory, and I will um, put it inside the inventory sorting category. So now I can define what's the max slot size of the inventory is by the instance in the world. So I can say the item max stack size to inventory is maybe 2. So if you try to add 5 swords maybe, this will be translated to slot 1 equals 2, slot 2 equals again 2, and slot 3 equals 1. For now I will do this. For the rusty scythe I can say item and add the subtag scythe, static element tag I will do for now air, and static reality tag will be maybe rare. The mean quantity will be 2, the max quantity let's do 10, and the item stack size to inventory let's do 20. And I will do one more thing to the rusty hammer, and oops, to the item, add the subtag hammer. The static element tag will be earth, and the rarity will be godlike. And the static mean quantity will be 1, 1, and 1. Everything will be 1. Okay, so now I have all this information that I can pass to my inventory. So in the event graph, I have um item ID, generic info, element tag, and if I just add a breakpoint here and play um, and pick up the rusty scythe for example, the I go inside and the base drop is false, so I'm gonna use the static data, and just to see what we have is item.scythe, generic info is the data asset rusty scythe, quantity is 5, the element tag is air, and rarity is rare. Uh, and next I'm going inside the inventory and I'm hiding. So uh, just to test one more time, the rust hammer quantity is 1. So if I go inside and pick up the hammer, the item ID will be item hammer, quantity will be, excuse me, rust hammer, quantity will be 1, element tag is earth, and rarity is rarity dot godlike. So it works just fine. Now it's time for the inventory, the adding to the inventory. So I can delete this, and what we need is what the returning variables from this interface will be the input variables in this function. So can I do this? No. Okay. So now we'll have an item ID and will be of type gameplay tag. Another variable which will be the generic info, and this will be of PDA generic info object reference. And you could skip the item ID because the generic info holds the item ID. I'm just doing this to uh, sort things better. It's easier for me. So I will do this like that. Okay, and I will give 2 more and say element tag and reality tag, and this will be gameplay tag. Gameplay tag. So there are many tutorials out there in the uh, inventory systems for inventory systems, um, but they all using some sort of hard reference. They don't connect with interfaces, and I get it. They open up a project and they want to make a simple inventory just for this project. Uh, but because I'm trying to make a simple prototype, I want to be a little bit optimized and not have many uh, hard reference. And yeah, so I will do the start with tick enabled to false because I don't need the ticking, I think. I will make 2 local variables. The first one will be uh, quantity, or rather item quantity local, and this will be an integer, and I will set the local quantity uh, in the beginning, and another one would be inventory full local, and this will be a boolean, and I will do not boolean, and if this is bigger than 0, greater than 0, and the inventory is not full, I will do a branch. Maybe this is an unnecessary step, but if it is true, I will do a while loop. And the condition is again those two things. Uh, I guess you could skip this, but uh, the only return return node, the only return nodes I'm gonna do is uncompleted, and if the inventory is full. So I think this is fine. Okay, so now if what we need to check, first of all, we need to go back to the inventory system, and in a new folder I will do data slots, and I will make a struct blueprint struct as inventory slots. And what I need inside this struct will be slot ID, which will be a gameplay tag, and I will give a default value of uh, let's say inventory dot slot dot empty. Okay, and I'm doing this because later down the road will be much easier to sort things out. Another variable will be the generic info, item generic info, and this will be of PDA generic info object reference. Another one will be the slot quantity of type integer, and this is the quantity that the slot holding. Another variable would be element tag and rarity tag. Both of these will be gameplay tags. Again, I will put here a default value. So under element, I will do none. And in rarity, I will do none as well. Okay, and before I do anything, I will go to the event graph. I will do variables and say inventory slots, and I will give the s inventory inventory slots, would be an array of this struct, and I will give another variable which be inventory size or inventory max size, and this will be an integer and will be a single variable. And in event graph, in event begin play, I will do this. I will take the inventory slot and inventory max size, and I will call resize. And I think I will do the variable will be public and editable, just to see things when I play. So the inventory max size for now, I will give a default value of 10. I can change it. Okay, and if I play now, I don't want to. I will stop the video here. I don't want to make it like 1 hour long. But if I play and I detach from the player and then click to my player controller, which the inventory leaves, I can see all the inventory slots. I have 10 array elements, which is the inventory max size. And if I see now, I have some default values for each slot, which will help me later down the road to sort the inventory slots. Like I have inventory slot dot empty, element none, rarity none, the generic info is empty, and the slot quantity is also 0. So if I go to the index 9, which is the 10th element, it's empty as well. So this represents the empty inventory. Excuse me. And now I know that in order to sort things out, I will need to change the slot ID with the item ID, and because I will set the uh, data inside the array element, um, I can sort things much easier um, than making maybe a data table and searching every row to see if the item ID matching with what I'm trying to add. Um, I think this is more scalable and um, an easier approach, and I can uh, add as many variables I need to the primary data asset without hard referencing anything. So later that I will make a equipment component, I can add to the primary data asset soft class reference, so I can know what I'm trying to equip without uh, making a hard reference inside the inventory. Uh, the inventory is just a data holder, so I don't want to say, for example, um, the slot belongs to uh, sword, and now the slot has the information that the sword has a mesh of have a static mesh of a wooden sword maybe. This is very I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't want to load the controller and with the inventory to load the actors that I have inside. I think this is too much, and the meshes and the textures and everything that is very heavy in megabytes uh, will be loaded as well if I put object references, hard references. So I don't want this. I won't be making any widgets in the next video, but later, because I plan to um, open a widget, click in the slot, and then from there I can equip or use an item or uh, drop the item. I and anyway, I will make a widget, but not in the next video. Um, Thanks for watching.